Bill Bradley, registered dietitian.
Bad fats are the trans fats, the hydrogenated fats. Those are the fats that sneak into sometimes popcorn where you see hydrogenated corn oil, or they are found in shortening, or they're found in a lot of prepared baked goods. Remove the hydrogenated fats because that's going to increase bad cholesterol, it's going to increase inflammation, and it's basically empty fat calories, so it's going to increase weight too over time. And it's usually found with those sugars that are not good for the body in terms of inflammation as well. So these are the types of things that are the other empty calories. So if we want to crave sugar or sweets, instead of eating too many baked goods that can have the bad fats as well as the refined sugars in them as well, then you can replace that with fruit. You can do a little bit of honey as well, you know, so there are some better sweeteners. Anything that's not real food that we add to food, especially a lot of prepared foods, in order to make it taste good or look good. So certainly you want to remove, you know, anything with additives, preservatives, colors. The other thing to kind of look out for is too much of, you know, the animal products as well. But, you know, if you cut out hydrogenated fats, refined sugars, and additives and preservatives, you can do a lot of good in reducing your risk of chronic disease and inflammation. And then, you know, we talk about the meats and some of the high-fat dairies after that. When you replace a bad fat with a good fat, you really are doing a lot to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease, and the benefits can be just as good as some of the pharmaceutical drugs out there for lipids and cholesterol and heart disease. So if you take out the hydrogenated fats, what you're replacing it with are what's called polyunsaturated fatty acids and the monounsaturated fatty acids. So that's where the fish oil comes in. So that's an anti-inflammatory oil. That's where the olive oil comes in. This is something that you can find them at the supermarket. So if you see wild dandelions, go for it. You know, you might see them in a mixed salad green. You can see some of the wild edible greens as part of that mixed greens. You know, some of the more bitter greens like the endive or the broccoli rabe, you absolutely want to include that in your 5 to 7 servings of vegetables, like some of the bitter and wild greens. So if you can replace, you know, 2 to 3 times a week the meat and dairy products with beans or nuts or seeds, you're going to not only feel better because it's going to, you know, have less calories, but you're also going to increase your longevity, because that's one of the food groups that is higher in fiber, so you get more regular. It's also higher in a lot of nutrients than the meat and dairy products, so you're going to get more nutrients in, and that's associated with longevity as well.